Hey, you. Yeah, you. See this button right here? Press it. Subscribe to the channel. Shalom.
Restore a broken nation with the word of God. It's nothing greater than that. Especially when they get it like you, bro. Ain't nothing greater than that, bro. Right. So the Bible says, read it again.
Who will rise up for me against the evildoers?
Because there's a lot of evil out there. Guess what? You smoke weed? Keep it real.
I'm trying to stop right now, but yeah, I do. I'm trying to stop.
You know how, so, okay. That's part of you rising up. You put the weed down and you tell your little brother, you got little brothers?
Only child.
Your only child? Okay, so you got cousins or something like that. Somebody look up to you, right? You tell them, hey, listen, put the weed down. But why do you think I'm saying to put the weed down?
I feel like to open your eyes, you could rise and help God, spread the words.
I got you. I want to bring my sister in too. You smoke weed, sis? You don't? That's good. You keep your temple pure, right? Y'all know that that's a commandment of God? Because this is how God identifies us. This is how God don't look at us as ordinary people. This is how God feels about us. Psalms 82 and 5.
Hey, I gotta go.
I got you, but watch this. Leave with this, Hector. Leave with this. Psalms 82 and 5. Yep.
Psalm chapter 82 and verse 5. They know not, neither will 6. Verse 6. I have said, ye are gods.
What's your name, sis? Amira. Nice to meet you, sis. Where do you see yourself at on that sign?
I don't know what it says. It says American Indians and American Blacks.
So what's your father?
My what?
What is your father? What is his race? What is his nationality?
He is African American and Native American.
African American, Native American. So chances is he come from the tribe of Judah. Or he could come from the tribe of Gad based upon what his father is, right? Now, when it comes to the blacks and the Hispanics, right? How do you think God looks at us? What kind? You think we're just an ordinary creation, or we're some type of renown in His sight?
Honestly, I'm not really sure.
You not sure? Watch it. I'm gonna read something to you real quick. Go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. You believe in the Bible still? You do? What have you learned about the Bible?
So far from what I
Come on up. We don't bite. Come on up. You good?
So far from what I know was that there was a white man before King James. I don't remember his name. He took the Bible and he stripped off some pieces off it.
So King James.
Yeah, and he put his own version in there.
So you said something heavy. Hey, can somebody grab something out of my backpack? Give me that the King James one. The King James. So you think that King James is a white man, right? Caucasian?
That's what I believe because that's
I thought the same thing. And it was just because of lack of knowledge. I didn't know. So I was going off of the rumors that I heard in the world. Somebody said that he was a white man, so I thought he was a white man.
You know what it looks.
So watch this. It should be highlighted. It says in the very front. So watch this, right? We're going to read about King James, right? Because King James was not a white man. Look, it should be highlighted. It should be like the first. There we go. That's what I want, right there.
Got 10.
Verse right. So watch this. Read that real quick. And maybe you can take something. What'd you say your name was again?
Amira.
Amira? Watch this, Amira. Got 10 minutes? Watch this. Read this. So read the title real quick for us. Yep.
This is the Negro Question Part 4, the missing link.
Right, because we always had questions. Is King James white? Did he write the Bible? Was he for our people? What's going on? Watch this. This is what a historian found out about King James. Read this real quick.
Image location, New College Library, Edinburgh, UK. I know that this image of a black King James.
Of a what?
A black King James.
So this historian, he saw right off the rip. He's like, look, based upon that image, show her. Based upon that image, King James looked like me. King James looked like you. King James looked like your father or your uncle. King James looked like the children of the slave trade, right? Read.
I know that this image of a black King James can be a little confusing because of your Western education.
Because we learned here in the West that King James was a white man. But on the East, they already know what's up. They already knew that we ruled during the Dark Ages. You know, around the Dark Ages? That was like in the 1400s, 1300s, and so on and so forth. There was black men that was in position of rulership. So watch, and King James was one of them. Read.
But this is the truth that is known by the rich and the elite in the world.
So this is the world's biggest kept secret, that King James is a black man. Now, King James, do you think, give me that out of the Bible dictionary. Do you think King James wrote the Bible?
I really don't know.
You don't know? So based upon that understanding, you can do more research. This is just one of the ones that we bring out for our brothers and our sisters that don't know, because it's straight to the point. But based upon the historians, is King James white or is he black?
Seems to other people it's either white or black.
You said what?
To other people it's either that he's white or black based on, you know.
So based upon the historical records that's recorded of King James, did they record him as being a white man or a black man? You wasn't paying attention, huh?
No.
You gotta pay attention, sis.
I know, it's just that I'm late to my drama practice already.
Okay, so in that book it describes King James as a black man. You say you late to your drama practice?
Yep.
What is it, like acting or something?
Actually, yes.
Okay, so let's deal with acting, right? Maybe there's something that y'all can discuss after your meeting. When it comes to movies, biblical movies, what do they depict Christ as being? Is that historically accurate? So how can they replace a black man with a white man and show to the world that that's historically accurate? Is that possible? Can a white man seriously act like a black man and it's believable? Yes. You say what?
Maybe not.
They can't. Absolutely not. They call that blackface.
Right.
But guess what? Christ was not white. You know that, right? He was black.
That's right.
So why we ain't protesting when they drop the 10 Commandments and the Passion of Christ? Why we not protesting about all these movies that they put out about Christ being a black man? Why we not saying nothing about that? Because the same thing that they did about Christ, they changed his image. That's the same thing that they did with King James. To the point where we think King James was a white man and he changed the Bible. But he didn't. Watch this. Read King James real quick. Bible.
Sir, this is King James Version in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary.
So we read more history about King James. Read.
When Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I, who had been King of Scotland.
So we talking about King James, right? A black man that was King of Scotland, right? Watch this. Jump down.
47 of the...
Finish reading. I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
So what we prove is that if King James rewrote the Bible or he reauthorized the Bible or reauthorized the translation of the Bible. So watch this. Read this.
When Elizabeth died in 1603, the crown passed to James I, who had been King of Scotland for 37 years as James VI. Several months after he ascended the throne of England, he authorized a new translation of the Bible.
So what does the word translation mean? What does that mean? Speak up, sis, I can't hear you.
I'm sorry. To either translate a different language to another.
So that's all he did. He transferred it from a different language to another. So does translate and rewrite, are those the same definitions?
Not really.
They're not. Because if you rewrite, you ain't retranslating anything. You're changing something. He didn't change anything. He just changed the language that was written in. So King James didn't change the Bible. Watch this, reader. I know you gotta go, sis. That's why I'm gonna drop this and I'm gonna let you get up out of here. Read.
Several months after he ascended the throne of England, he authorized a new translation of the Bible to replace the bishop's Bible. 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups. 3 for the Old Testament, 2 for the New, and 1 for the Apocrypha.
So he did. He translated all 3 sections: the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament, and he put it in English for us. You know one thing that King James knew that we didn't know? He knew that this was going to happen to us. Deuteronomy 28:68. Watch what King James knew was going to have to come to pass. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So King James read this Bible. He knew that our ancestors, the blacks, the Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, we would go into slavery again. Egypt always meant house of bondage for us. It didn't mean the land of milk and honey. So King James knew that we would go into slavery again. Read.
And the Lord shall bring me into Egypt again with ships.
We were going there by the means of cargo slave ships. King James knew that in 1611. When did we go into slavery?
I don't remember. My history's not really great.
We went into, I'll help you out. We went into slavery in 1619. So King James was a prime example of being proactive. He knew that his brothers was going to go into slavery, and he also knew this. Go to verse 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee.
48, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So he knew also, once we went into slavery on cargo slave ships, we would serve a people that's not our friends. They would be our enemies. And watch how we would serve them. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger.
We got food from them, just like how we get food from them right now. Read.
And in thirst.
We got water from them, just like how we get water from them right now. Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness, in clothing. We get our clothes from them. We get our dress code. They are really the trendsetters. We just think we're the trendsetters, but they're the trendsetters. That's why you got young men dressing like women and women dressing like men, because they set the trend. We got it from them back then, and we get it from them right now. Read.
And in want of all things.
And want of all things. That goes into, if we wanted to know about the Bible, we would have to go to a people that we have to learn it through their language. So, saying that to say this, says you're Israelite. King James is a black man based upon history, and we must come back to keeping God's law. I know you got to bounce. Take that flyer. Learn more, all right? It's a lot that I wanted to cover, but we don't got that much time, all right? All right, sis. What tribe you see yourself at? Huh? We about to wrap it up. Let me talk to Azria. What tribe you see yourself at? So on the left is Judah, right? Benjamin, Levi, so on and so forth, right? On the right side, that's what society calls it. So you say your dad was African American, right? You come from the tribe of Judah. That's right. You come from the tribe of Judah. Last one, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. We don't give a damn about what they're talking about. At the end of the day, we got to do what the Lord said. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Watch this. You know what our whole purpose is, OG? Why God created us and put us on the earth? Why you think so?
Liberty, justice, and peace.
Let's get that from the Bible. Watch this. This day ain't liberty. We get liberty, we'll get justice, and we'll get peace once we fulfill this. Read this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So the conclusion of the whole matter, the whole reason why God created us, right? Read it.
Fear God.
We got to fear God. We got to fear God and stop fearing men. We got to fear to break the Sabbath. We got to fear to eat pork. We got to fear to eat shrimp, crab, lobster, Christmas, so on and so forth. We got to fear the judgments of God. Read.
And keep his commandments.
And we got to keep his commandments. Read.
For this is the whole duty of man.
We got to start keeping God's commandments because that's why he created us. He didn't create us to just work all our life and die old. He created us to keep his commandments and glorify the Son in him and glorify the Father through Jesus Christ. So we got to come back to keeping the commandments, all right?
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation